Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Mending the Line, a story about a veteran who comes home to discover that fly fishing can help him get through his PTSD. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Joan. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11, available at Amazon.com. Also, Patricia Heaton is in it. Oh, that's not her. She's in it somewhere. And Brian Cox as the gruff old veteran who teaches him the ways of fly fishing. So he's a Marine that's injured in Afghanistan, then comes home, can't cope, and they send him to go fly fishing. And then in fly fishing, he meets a girl and he gets his life together. You know, seems fine. She's the girl he meets lost her husband in the same war, and of course Brian Cox is suffering from his own deal, probably from Vietnam. Seems to be about the right age for that. I know, Joe. So yeah, it's gonna. There she is, Patricia Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond, Joe. You remember that show? So this looks like a pretty good drama. Pretty good. I mean, Brian Cox, good actor. Gotta love him. Patricia Heaton, no slouch. The lead, he seems fine. Everybody else seems fine in this. June 9th in theaters only. It's so weird what they choose to be in theaters. I mean, this could be in theaters. There's going to be fly fishing, so there'll be some shots of scenery and the river and fish and stuff. But you know, it's so weird sometimes what gets a theater release, because to me, you know, if it's a kind of movie it's all inside and claustrophobic anyway, you might as well not even release it in a damn theater. But Brian Cox is in a lot of stuff recently, so I think they're trying to push him fairly hard. I'll say typically somebody who's considered an A-lister, and I think Cox is finally on the A-list. They'll push 3 or 4 movies in a year, and then sometimes they'll disappear for a while and then come back. And the idea being, again, if one of the movies is a hit, it might carry the other movies. If one of the movies bombs, it kind of doesn't impact your career as much, because people quickly forget because there's a bunch of other movies out. Get something in your fur there, Joe. So, first act, I think it starts in Afghanistan, so we see the event that the Marine on the right is in, last mission before they're going to be sent home. IED, kablamo, someone's killed. He blames himself. I think he was the head muckety muck on the mission. Can't deal with the PTSD. He's drinking. He's having problems. The therapist eventually sends him to go fly fishing with Brian Cox. So, at first, he's very reluctant. He thinks it's stupid. Brian Cox doesn't want anything to do with him. But he keeps going, and eventually he starts to learn it, starts to calm down, gives him something to do, calms him. Along the way, he meets a girl. Therapy starts to work. But then Brian Cox is also got some issues. And here he is talking to the same therapist. And as the Marine gets better, Brian Cox eventually has his own problems. And I'm not sure what happens to him. Maybe he falls, hits his head, it looks like. Or maybe he's in some sort of fight defending him. I don't think it's that. It doesn't appear to be that kind of movie where it's like, I don't think there's any action in it. So maybe he just falls, has a stroke, and he's dying. So maybe that's the third act. The Marine takes over the fly fishing becomes the next fly fishing guy, or helps out his other buddy, and he's going to take over his little, I don't know, fly fish shack, and then another young vet shows up with problems, and he teaches him how to fish, and the beat goes on. So it looks solid. I would see this. I don't know if I'd go to the movies for it. I don't know. I'd have to be. It's a good date movie because I think it'll have a nice positive message. It'll be a drama. I think it'll be high quality. So maybe on a date, I would take a date to this because it wouldn't be one of my stupid vampire movies, but or zombie movies. Yeah, it wouldn't be a movie you'd go to see with your friends, I don't think, but you could, I guess, if your friends are into drama. Definitely would catch it on a VOD streaming service. So yeah, Mending the Line, June 9th. I think it'll be good. I think you can't go wrong with Brian Cox. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. If you can find a more bass take it. Thanks to all who came out to Super Saturday. Tomorrow's the live stream where we do it live. We do it live at 7. I should be able to start on time. We're doing Mother's Day stuff early, and then I should be back by 7. So hope to see you there, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow.